I wanted to review the first episode of Recess because this past week it was the 25th anniversary of one Saturday morning. I've already done the every ABC Saturday morning thing, but I thought since it's the 25th anniversary of specifically that lineup, and I talked specifically about the first episode of Recess. I know that there were other designs. Ryan Walterson suggested this, and he wanted me to check out a trailer that showed a different design of the characters. I did not actually get to see that, but when this is a video, you'll get to see that up here, and that's kind of interesting. But I didn't watch Recess a lot because I was kind of already a teenager at that point, and I'd watch some Saturday morning stuff, but I will say I did kind of like Recess, and I hadn't really actually watched any of that show until I watched this today, and I liked this episode a lot. It had two kind of segments, I guess. One was the break-in, and the other was the new kid. I think I like the break-in more, so I'll talk about the new kid first. The new kid was basically about Gus showing up in his first episode and showing at first like they are being nice and like, well, you can't be nice to the new kid, and they're all kind of like, well, why not? And it's because this king kid won't let them inside the order of the playground, and they kind of realize how foolish that is. That one's fine. That's kind of standard, and it was a cool way to introduce that character. But I really liked the one which was the break-in, where the main kid doesn't get to go to recess. He gets to miss recess, and his other friends are trying to kind of get him out to be part of recess, and almost everyone turns them down, and eventually they decide to break in, and when they break in, he's broken out, and then recess is over. And that's I to be honest with you, as I recall when watching it, is that I like the episodes that took place like specifically at recess, because that was one of my favorite subjects in school. I wasn't as into the things that did other stuff, and it kind of took me back to like what I liked about the show as a kid and what I didn't. I remember people saying it was like, I think this was because of Disney's Doug that I heard this from people, and I remember seeing it on forums and stuff. I doubt you can find any of this shit at this point, but when people said that, but I remember people saying it was like sanitized version of Nicktoons, which I think was a reaction to Disney's Doug that went over on Recess, because Paul Germain, who helped was one of the big people who helped make Rugrats, was involved. I can sort of see it, but I think it's very kind of like tightly written in both of them in a way that like shows like real expert TV writing in both of those things, because you understand what the premise is, what the concept, you understand it's outlandish, and you understand it's going to tell you either a message or have a quick like kind of wrapped up with a bow sort of thing. Each of them did that expertly well, almost better than like when he worked on Rugrats. I don't think they did it kind of almost so efficiently. It's kind of ridiculous. It like very much feels like someone who loves writing wrote this show. So I did enjoy Recess when it was on. I did watch it, but I think the reason this show was such a success and gets referenced so much is because it is so expertly told, at least from this rewatching this first episode. I would recommend the break-in. I think the new kid is fine. It's just like I thought it was just kind of standard kind of kid show stuff, but I really, and I also say each character has a definable trait to them, which I also think was very good and not as noticeable as some do it now, I thought. But anyway. And the co-creator of Hey Arnold. I didn't know that. Or worked on, the co-creator of Recess worked on Hey Arnold, which you can kind of tell. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode, but I mainly like the break-in. I think that was like kind of like a perfect little short in and of itself, but I think that one shows what's best about Recess and everything it's doing. I do like that it's like the theme song and the end theme is like you're watching like a Stalag 17 or something. Like you're watching like a prisoner of war movie, which I think is actually kind of funny. But yeah, just a really nice, tight, efficient cartoon, which was Recess.